Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Caden B Fishing. And I'm finally back, finally making another video. It has been a very hot minute since I've been able to make any content because we have just transitioned from winter to spring and the rivers have been crazy high, crazy mixed up, kind of like chocolate milk, and haven't been able to fish much. I actually did go out like last week, I want to say, once at a couple spots in the rivers that I tried, and a lot of the spots right now are actually going to be closed here in Wisconsin because there's actually quite a few fish reserves. These are kind of just specifically made to protect the fish during the spawning season, which is spring. The transition from spring to summer is kind of when most fish are spawning. So in a lot of the rivers that I do fish, they're all closed right now. So I'm actually headed down right now to a river about a half an hour from my house, because I'm not sure if this is going to be one of those places that is closed. So we're gonna check out the water, see how it looks, and hopefully we can find some spots to fish. So let's see what happens. All right, you guys, we are currently heading in to this place. It's actually quite a bit of a hike to get into this place. And today I'm gonna be fishing with my tiny pole, my Dock Demon, and also my regular Vigilante Abu Garcia. Very old. Both of these poles are pretty old, and I'm hoping to catch a fish that's big enough to just break my line. So we're gonna check out this water down here, as well as way further downriver, and we're gonna just try to find some spots where we can catch some fish. So the river's actually right in front of me here, but I have to go this way to check out the actual water itself. So just bear with me, guys. I'm also kind of looking for sheds too in the woods as I walk through these trails, because the trail I'm on right now is a very heavily used deer trail, and a lot of deer too. If you are into deer hunting and all that, a lot of the deer drop their antlers around this time as well, right at the end of winter, in the spring and stuff. So I'm gonna try to keep my eyes peeled for that as we go through here. Surprising, the water doesn't look too bad. All right, you guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to check in there. Yeah, so we're not gonna head downriver further. There should be a concrete path and a tarred path as well. We'll head down there, and then there should be a dam down here, and I want to fish right below that dam. So I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, guys, we have made it to the path. We are making our way down to the dam here, and I think it's probably going to be good down here, because the first river that we saw is like the overflow basically of this dam. So if this side is crazy rapids, which it's not, if this side is crazy rapids, this side is usually going to be pretty high as well. So since this side's down, I think we're going to be good to go over here on this side, up here by the dam where we're heading to fish. The water is still very cold. You know, we are just in April, so the water should be warming up. Today it's about almost 70 degrees, but it's been, you know, 30s, 40s for the last like couple weeks. So I'm assuming the water's probably around that temperature as well. So yeah, I don't really know what to expect today. We're gonna try to do something though. I got a couple lures I brought with me today, and I actually tried to buy some night crawlers to use for bait. And I went to 6 places, and all 6 places do not have any night crawlers. So we're either going to be flipping over some logs and some rocks later on, or we're going to just be throwing lures today. So we're just gonna do our best, and we're gonna catch a fish. We're gonna do what we can today. I just want to get in here and start fishing, to be honest. There is still some snow down here. That's crazy because there's literally not any snow anywhere else. Why? Alright, you guys, I'm going to be throwing a menagerie of lures. And I think what I'm going to start with is probably just a plain old tube jig. I'm going to throw that around and just see if I can get something to bite. If that does not work, I'm going to put on a couple different Rapalas, maybe a few jerk baits. And we'll try it on this side. This is my favorite side to fish. This is the side with this big metal girder. Because usually the fish are kind of just along the side of it. And pretty easy to get them to bite usually. Man, I wish I had some night crawlers right now. The reason why is I like to have one pole sitting on the girder here, like either or left or right here or whatever, and with a night crawler on the bottom sitting there, because every fish likes worms, you know what I mean? And then I'll just be throwing a lure and just watching that pole that has the worm on it. Already got one wood tick crawling on me. The bugs are just starting to wake up, guys, which is not great, so I had to check my pants real quick. There's another one right there. Tiny guy. Now I'm gonna have to check myself very thoroughly when I get home today. Another one, number 3. Yeah. That's not cool. I should have wore long socks. I didn't even think about that. Oh well. Guys, we're gonna try to catch some fish now. Alright. Now that I get to think about wood ticks being on me, let's go ahead and start catching some fish. And hopefully not get snagged in 4 seconds. Pretty much just gonna throw this down there and jig along this entire girder all the way up to where the water's coming up. And then I'll try a couple various different techniques along the way as well. Ooh, got a log stick on there. This is a very, very snaggy part of river, so I'm very much so expecting to snag on everything that's on the bottom. Another wood tick, Jesus. And another one. And another one. God damn. That's like 7 wood ticks so far. I'm gonna have to be very careful. Actually, let me reel this up quick, guys. I'll start you up in a minute. I'm gonna do a full body check to get any and all wood ticks that are probably on me off, and then I'll start this back up again when I'm ready to fish. Alright, you guys, we are now rolling with capris because just my jeans I rolled up. Just because if any wood ticks do crawl up me, I can feel them on my legs and I'll be able to pick them right off. Usually I'd wear like tall socks so that way they go over the top of my jeans when they're fully down. That way they have to crawl up my pants the whole way. I do not see any more on me. So far I've pulled 11 wood ticks off of my body. None of them attached yet, so we're good. But it's not very cool. Anyways, back to fishing. Just thought I would share that with you guys. Yeah, we're just gonna try not to get snagged. And hopefully get attention of any and all bass. Because the only thing that is open right now is smallmouth and largemouth bass. So, we are bass fishing today. I fish at this dam quite a bit in my life. So, I know that there's fish probably here. And we are just going to do our best to not get snagged and catch a couple. And it could still be a little early yet for the fish to be moving up the river. All I know is the main rivers that I usually fish are all closed as fishing sanctuaries for spawning. And this one has no signs or nothing on it, so I'm assuming this one's okay to do this at, but yeah, I don't know. Alright guys, I have attached a Mepps muskie killer, and it is ready to catch some muskies. So we're gonna throw this up and down around here, and a little later I would like to try this blue guy here. I've caught a few muskies on these before, as well as walleyes and smallmouth bass, so we'll try this a little later as well. And I also have a very large Mepps minnow, or a comet, I believe it's called. So we'll be trying this a little later as well. We're gonna just be throwing everything, because I have no idea, like I said, I have no idea what's in here, if there's anything even up here yet. And our goal today is just to try it out. So even if we don't catch any fish today, this is probably still gonna be some kind of video, but I might make it a shorter one just so you guys don't have to sit here and be like, well, he's not gonna catch anything. Why am I even watching? Kind of a deal. So we're gonna give this a couple throws, see if something comes out of it. If not, we'll figure it out. Just gonna throw this thing up and down this girder here. And the water's moving slow enough that I feel like I can do this pretty easily. In the comments, you guys should put in, just let me know like what you've been catching, if you've been fishing recently. Send me some pictures. I'd love to see anything and everything you guys are doing. I'm thinking a lot of these fish just might not be up here yet, just because I didn't get a single like hit on the tube jig. And usually that bait is pretty consistent when it comes to getting some bites. So even if you don't catch them, I don't know if you've seen my channel, but it usually doesn't take very many casts to get a couple hits out of a tube jig. So I don't think there's any bass here yet, but there could be muskies, which is why I'm throwing this. So we'll see. I could actually try another dam today. There's a couple dams in this this area that I'm in. This is like the big main one, but there's a few of them that are way downriver, and I know exactly where I need to go to get to it. So maybe I'll try that one too today. We'll see. We'll see how she goes. I'm very lucky that I'm wearing a hat today, because all those wood ticks, hopefully they won't be able to get up on me. Ever since those first couple, I rolled my pants up here, and I haven't had any more crawling on me as far as I can see. But the walk in here, I walked through some like, kind of like this, where it's like a little bit of sticks, a little bit of grass, a little bit of trees, and that's like the perfect spot that wood ticks like to stay in, because they'll literally, if you ever see it, you might be able to find a video online of it, like on these branches and like sticks and grass on the edge of it. If you look very closely, you won't ever see them when you're walking, because they're kind of like, they blend in so good. The wood ticks will be sitting on the very tip of the grass with their little hands up like this, waiting, and as soon as you pass by, like brush against them, they grab onto you and then they crawl up you. That's kind of how they do it. But I figured it was going to be warm enough that the wood ticks were going to be out. All right, we are now going to be throwing, I believe this is an X-Wrap, this lure. I believe it's a blue X-Wrap. A little bit of sparkles on the end. Got quite a few muskies on these, as well as walleyes and smallmouth bass. It's a really nice bait because I'm going to cast it out, and it kind of stays suspended, so it doesn't really sink, it doesn't really float, it just stays wherever it stops. So I'm just going to cast it out in between these pillars over here, and I'm going to be twitching it coming out, and once I get out here, I'm just going to kind of bring it down this way. It's just, like I said, it's a suspended lure, so if I'm not careful, it will get snagged in the rocks, and I probably will lose it. So we're going to try not to do that, but that's fishing, you guys. Try twitching along this girder here. Even if I don't catch anything, it was worth it just to come out here today. Hopefully the views all the cool stuff I show you guys today, all the places I go. I'll try to make this video somewhat shorter today, like 15-20 minutes if possible. And hopefully just the views you guys see today will be enough to watch this video, just in case there's no fish caught. All right, I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the tube jig back on, and we're gonna go try the other side for a bit, and then we're gonna leave and try a different dam. So I just think maybe there's nothing going on here. All right, you guys, we're on the other side now. Kind of just making my way through here. This is like the runoff where we were looking at that big waterfall earlier. This is kind of where that leads. It comes right down here and meets up with the main river that comes out of the dam here. So yeah, just kind of wanted to show that for a second. And usually I can see fish kind of running up river on the runoff here, because they go up this way too, because they can't get up past the dam. They can't get past the waterfall up here either, but usually you can see them in the shallow water here running up river, and I haven't seen a single fish over here. Haven't felt any other ones really crawling on me, so far we're at about 12 wood ticks I had adventuring across me, which is not cool, but I mean, at least I saw them and was able to get them off, so that's really all I care about. All right, guys, I think that's gonna be all for over here. I'd really like to just sit here all day and fish, and I probably would stay here longer if I had night crawlers, but I do not have any. So we're gonna go try another spot. I will see you guys at the next spot. All right, you guys, we have arrived at the second dam. You've probably seen this one in my other videos as well. The water here is moving on both sides today, which usually one side's either off or that side's off, and just one of them is going. I think that's because the water on this river is just a teeny bit higher, maybe. Again, I have no expectations for anything that can happen. I have no idea. We're just gonna try it out. I'm fishing with tube jigs for now. All right, you guys, I am thinking that these rivers right now are still empty. Not sure where the fish are at, but I think that they are just not up here yet. Because usually these spots that I try have a few, you know, a couple bites, whatever. But I'm kind of just thinking that might just still be too soon. The water could be too cold still. You know, maybe just for the majority of the spots that I fish and the areas that I fish, the water's a little too cold yet. But I don't know. I tried a lot of tube jig fishing today. Tried some spinners, tried some jerk baits, stuff like that. No dice. So I almost think that I might have to wait like another week or two. I'm gonna keep checking up on the rivers as the weeks go on here and the days go. And I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Hopefully I'll be able to post some fishing content very, very soon. If not, just keep an eye out, because I will be posting as soon as I can. I know you guys probably don't want to watch too many videos where I'm not catching any fish, so I'm not gonna post anything too crazy, but we'll see. See you guys in the next one.